I have no interest in playing. None of you. Respectfully, man. Like, y'all putting even my name with this shit is disrespectful.
Now, I've been watching basketball on YouTube for a while. Whether it's good bump or if it's just ass hoops, I've seen it all. And after seeing this Austin Rivers response, where a YouTube 1v1 basketball player claims that he could defeat the former NBA pro, just led me to think, like, what happened to YouTube basketball, man? The good old days, you know, like the Cash Nasty 1v1s, the 2-Hype basketball challenges, June Flight, the greatest human to touch a basketball. I just feel like we lost the plot now. 1v1 players thinking that they could be NBA guys? Today we're taking a trip down memory lane, and we're looking at the prime of YouTube basketball. And we're comparing it to the current state to determine whether or not YouTube basketball is still alive or if it's cooked. Now, to me, this is where it all started, okay? February 5th, 2016. One of the first documented 1v1s on YouTube. Cash shoots for ball. Doesn't hit a lick of the rim. And his opponent, Los Polos TV, a.k.a. Plate Cleaner, a.k.a. Alejandro Kirk, a.k.a. one half of the Indoor Boys. Now, outside of the fact that this was some god-awful hoops, this started a revelation on YouTube. And this was fascinating stuff for the 2K community, because we were used to seeing them ripping open packs, raging on Park, and as more and more YouTubers decide to get inspired, like Jester the Laser and LSK, it sort of united the 2K community, because the game was also getting stale, progressively getting worse each year with the amount of VC that Ronnie was charging you. But there were also channels that reacted to these 1v1s. Guys like Soluminati, Rage reacting to all the 1v1s. You even had Flight reacting to Cash, reacting to Flight, reacting to Cash, reacting to Flight. Moral of the story is the community was rallied around the concept of IRL basketball, all right? It's getting so big that they had their own Pro-Am game where Ball is Life hosted basically an all-star game with all of, like, the biggest YouTubers. While everybody was playing 1v1, there was a guy named Flight React who was sitting in his chair reacting to NBA basketball games. Like this one right here, Lakers Grizzlies.
What you screaming for, that basic-ass dunk? Relax. I'm gonna be doing that type of dunk that Jay Moran just did by June.
Now, Flight is similar to everybody else in the sense that he made his name playing 2K as well. But he was kind of ahead of the curve because he was also making IRL content at the time. Here he is at his girl's house meeting his girl's dad.
What's your name?
I go by Flight. You call me FTC. Like,
I'm a grown man and you want me to call you LTC. What's your name, son?
My real name is Kimani.
Kimani?
Kimani.
And don't get me wrong, Flight was still playing one-on-one basketball just like the rest of the 2K YouTubers. But he also stuck out in particular because he was basically the laughing stock of the community. I mean, the coordination on this guy. This is against a kid. An overweight kid. You just know when someone runs full speed after their own air ball, they just didn't hoop. All those old 1v1s, all this film that he has playing against guys like Soluminati, Cash, all that would be erased. Because just like he said in that Lakers Grizzlies video I showed you guys earlier where John Morant was dunking, the calendar has turned to June. Flight has officially arrived. And this to me was peak YouTube basketball. Basically, the entire community was excited to see how Flight has progressed as a basketball player. Being the worst of the worst in the community, fans wanted to see how far he has come along. And his first 1v1 against the Flight Mike, it was #1 on trending on YouTube. This was so big that ESPN and SportsCenter were posting about June Flight. All right, this guy was a true phenomenon. First game against the Flight Mike. Let's get it started, Flight. Crossover, ankle breaker, bone collector, all right? Bone put up an instant replay. The streets were debating whether or not this was real or fake. Nobody could believe their eyes. And then he airballs the jumper. And he actually ends up winning the first 1v1 off this jumper. I mean, anybody who hoops with just a jersey on like the Flight Mike is doing right here, they're sorry. I feel like that's just a cardinal rule, but Flight starts out June 1-0. But here's the thing about June Flight. Even though he got the win under his belt, it seemed like every game he had a trash-ass move ready. Second game in June versus Broadis. Third game in June versus Amari Frost. He hits the other side of the backboard. Fourth game versus the brother, Deshae Frost. Hits the other side of the backboard. Fifth game against FaZe Rock. Points in front of Flight like he's Indiana Pacer Paul George and hits a bank 3 to win the 1v1. Oh my god. Sixth game against Devontae Frigga. Hits the other side of the backboard again. Seventh game against Jenna Bandy. This might be the worst one of them all. Going ISO right here. Loses his dribble.
Bro, stop doing all this extra shit. You're not picking up.
Oh, Flight, that was terrible, bro.
Does basketball get more entertaining than this? That's the real question. He's just a special player. 8th game, nipples out. Airball. And for the finale of June Flight, he matches up against Cash Nasty. Clamp God versus FTC. Shoots the 3. Hits nothing but backfire. But he concludes June with a record of 4-6. But one win doesn't count because he literally played a kid.
Yes, it does, man. Yes, it does, bro.
That's how they treat LeBron. I mean, he's 4-6. They treat him like he's 3-6 for the bubble championship. But to me, after this era, YouTube basketball started getting toxic. Now, hoop culture is a lot of trash talk, right? But there's a certain line that's drawn. There's certain things that you just don't do on the court, right? It's just disrespectful. The perfect example is MK. Okay, this guy's basically clip farming by doing the most disrespectful stuff on the court that would usually get you beat up. Whether it's fouls that went too far or putting the shirt over his opponent's head, shoving them, patting them on the head. Just stuff that if he did around someone like a Kevin Garnett, he would die. But for the internet, it was kind of a smart strategy because whenever someone responds, you still get a viral clip from him getting humbled. It's like satisfying to see, which only drives traffic back to MK. Now his haters are trying to see him humbled, right? And because he was getting impressions, getting views, you started to get other guys who were doing similar things, right? You had guys like K Showtime. Just crash outs, all right? Look at this. Like, that would actually get you killed. I mean, it feels like polar opposite of watching your age react to Flight Reacts playing Jen and Bandy. Like that shift, that contrast definitely played a huge effect, but then we get to where it's at right now. With the unserious nature of 2K YouTubers 1v1s mixed with this trash talk, toxic, disrespectful, unethical hoops, we get to the next chapter, aka TNC hoops, where it's basically a lot of chirping, a lot of trash talk, but it's pretty high level 1v1 basketball. This clip is a perfect example, all right? This fan right here, he's heckling the defender right here. He's responding. Gets the stop. Stands over him. I don't know why he's even talking. Pushing and shoving still. He gets the ball now. Like, it's a mix of both worlds, I feel like. Now, you still have stuff like this where, I mean, that's just not basketball. They did this for $100. But overall, this became a super successful league, all right? They have over 1 million subscribers now. Matter of fact, they got so big to the point where they were able to afford a 1v1 between Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley. This was an insane event, all right? You had a packed house, live stream, Michael Beasley, watching him play a one-on-one ball. He's like one of the greatest ISO players to ever play. You had Kyrie Irving showing up, doubling the pot for the winner of this 1v1, which was 100 grand. Of course, if there's trash talking and there's hoops, you know Kevin Durant's got to get involved. Like, this was really the public's way of finding out that Kevin Durant is tapped into YouTube basketball, all right? Through his Twitter. So how do we get to a point where Austin Rivers is writing paragraphs targeting one of these 1v1 players? Well, what happened was somebody with like 80 followers posted an Instagram post saying that he believes that Nasir Kaur, one of the top names in Next Chapter basketball, would defeat Austin Rivers. Like, he really believes that. And Nasir Kaur, this guy right here, actually felt disrespected at Austin Rivers' comment because he basically beat Isaiah Briscoe, another former NBA player who played at Kentucky. He held his own. I'm not saying he's not nice at 1-on-1. I mean, this is some difficult shot making in front of a packed out crowd right here. Like, this is not easy. However, I know 1-on-1 is a completely different game than 5v5. Trust me, I'm a 1-on-1 type of player. But these NBA players are just different, man. I don't care what type of basketball it is. Again, if you're trying to sell some drama, you know, kind of like boxing where you have two guys going back and forth on social media first before, you know, the beef escalates. Trying to sell a fight, right? But you're not beating Austin Rivers. I mean, I just don't see how someone like Nas Kaur can tell NBA top 400 basketball player for 11 years in a row that they need to come play you 1-on-1 basketball for 100 grand. I just don't see it. But maybe he's just baiting him, right? Maybe he's just trying to get a reaction. I personally feel like the way to get these NBA guys to come on your platform is to just have two NBA players play each other instead of having one of them play you. But in my personal opinion, we need to bring something like June Flight back. We need that sort of hype around basketball on YouTube again because it was a beautiful time. The Next Chapter doing their thing, but it feels like YouTuber basketball has been dying. Let me know what you guys think about YouTube basketball if you guys watch it, if you guys want to see me hoop. But yeah, I just want to reminisce on June Flight, really. That's the whole point of this video. Leave a like, subscribe.